Yo, what is going on, you Slackerz? I am your host, Slackerz Gabe, bringing you another and the next matchup in our potential newcomer tournament that we've been doing here on my channel. Again, thank you to everybody who does vote. It's just really cool to see people coming back and voting and all that stuff. So, if you're new, really quick, I created a tournament of 36 characters that I thought had a chance to be playable in Smash Bros. I upload a matchup on my channel once a day. We vote down in the comments. Sorry, my iPad went off. But we vote down in the comments who we want from the matchup for that day. One vote per person. The voting stays open for 1 7-day period. So 1 week later, we find out the winner and the loser. And then eventually we crown a winner of the whole thing. It's just to kind of gauge a little bit more interest in, I guess, what the community really wants in terms of characters. So, I don't know, just something fun to do, kind of passes the time. So let's get into it. Today we got to start with the results from last Monday, which was, hello, don't do that, which was Geno versus Crash from Game 43. Now, two big third-party characters really going at it. Crash just came off the victory against Waluigi, absolutely destroyed him. And Geno just came off the loss from Shantae, where he had a good showing, you know, good number of votes, but overall he got destroyed in the votes, just number-wise. So who ended up winning this? I figured this would be pretty close. It wasn't. 72 for Geno, 25 for Crash. What? Geno still alive. Unfortunately, Crash is going home. Man, that is crazy. So, Geno bounces back in a huge way. Big number of votes, 72. Very cool. Sad. Crash has to go home. He has now been eliminated from the tournament. He will no longer be moving on. So, we will go throw him over into the eliminated character pile. I will tally up his votes later because at the end of the whole thing, I'll kind of make another video that shows off all the votes and, you know, the pure number of votes that each character got. So, and then we can kind of rank them that way, I suppose. Another way to look at it. But we are finally back into the winner's bracket. It's been a while. It's been, what, a couple weeks, actually, I think. But we're in the winner's bracket, and we got game 49, Incineroar versus Bandana Dee. Let's jump into it. Why am I talking slow? I don't know. So, let's talk about this logically, right? Pokemon always seems to get a new rep. We have still yet to see one. It doesn't mean Pokemon will get a rep. It's just, I suppose, highly likely that they do. So recently, I guess I got to point this out. If anybody does care about the Vergibin leaks and, you know, think that he actually does have some sort of, not sure what that was, but if they think he has any sort of like inside information or whatever that somebody's feeding him from sources or whatever, he said Gen 7 will have a playable rep. It wasn't Decidueye, Lycanroc, or Mimikyu. I've always said this, and plus we know Mimikyu has been deconfirmed, so a lot of people kind of started gravitating towards Incineroar for that character. He's the final evolution, the fire starter for Gen 7. And he's pretty popular, actually. He's got a pretty unique design, kind of like a wrestling tiger cat kind of thing. So, I mean, play style-wise, he fits pretty well into Smash Bros. Plus, all Pokemon already have tons of moves that you can just make a moveset for, and they just fit right in. So, it works. So, he's got all the ingredients, no doubt about it. But, when was it? Was it yesterday? Maybe 2 days ago, whenever... yeah, because I'm uploading this on Monday, so I guess sometime over the past couple days, Vergibin did come out and say that he has confirmed that Incineroar is the Gen 7 rep. So that leads a lot of people to speculate, all right, so there's only a couple characters left. They're going by the box theory, and I'm not a believer in that box theory at all, but basically the box theory is like there's only it shows like most of you probably know this, but it shows a picture of the roster on one side and speculated to have the other, so like half the roster's on the left side of the box, the other side's on the right, and it fills it out perfectly, but there's supposed to be only two character spots that are missing, and I think it's, I mean, it makes sense, but it's kind of stupid. I think it was just kind of a mock-up image. That's a different topic. Let's get into it. So, a lot of people think there's only two characters left. One they think is going to be a Pokemon rep, which probably could be Incineroar, and the other one's going to be Ken because it What am I looking at? I swear there's something out there. But the let's wrap up Incineroar. So basically, yeah, people think it's going to be Ken and Incineroar, and that's it. I think there's going to be a few more after that, but Incineroar definitely has to be the leading candidate for one of the most likely characters, I think, going forward. But going into his opponent, Bandana Dee, kind of, debated in terms of a character. A lot of people are like, he's pretty unique, and, he'd be the first spear-wielding character, first of all. So, he's got his own type of movesets. He comes from a big franchise from Nintendo of Kirby, of course. Pretty much one of the 4 or 5 bigger names and faces to go along with the series. Very recognizable. If you know Kirby series, odds are you're going to know Bandana Dee. But when you go, when people talk about Bandana Dee for Smash, it kind of brings up, some people like to point out, he's just like kind of one of those side characters that not too important. I mean, a lot of people are like, you know what? He's like I just said it, but he's a side character that people just kind of dismiss, and they're like, there's no interest in him. But he's very popular. I believe he did pretty well in the Smash ballot, so that reflects it. And I still think Kirby as a series could potentially get another playable fighter. Bandana Dee, potentially Marks maybe, would make sense for characters, but I think Bandana Dee probably is at the top of the list. I think he had more of the vote. Maybe Marks did. I don't know, but they both did pretty decently in the Smash ballot, so voting-wise, popularity is absolutely there. Personally, I would love to see both these characters, honestly. I'm more of a fan. I'm more team Bandana Dee, but voting wise for this matchup, I've always been on Vergibin's side for the leaks. I've always believed what this person has said. My vote is going for Incineroar. I think Incineroar is more likely at this point. But if I had my way and I got to choose between these two characters, I put Bandana Dee in for my vote for my personal preference. But my vote for this matchup, I'm going Incineroar. So yeah, let me know who you got down in the comments. Bandana Dee, Incineroar. Do you think Pokemon is getting that rep? Do you think it's Incineroar? Would you rather have somebody else? Do you not think Incineroar is even likely? I don't know. Maybe you hate Bandana Dee. I met a bunch of those people. But yeah, let me know who you got down in the comments. Incineroar, Bandana Dee. And, good luck to both these characters. They'll be going into... The winner of this goes into the semifinals of the winner's bracket, so this is pretty big. Again, if either of these characters lose, they just go down on the loser bracket, so they're still alive, at least. But, yeah, this one should be interesting. Bandana Dee just came off a win beating Shadow the Hedgehog, so that was big. And Incineroar beat Paper Mario, if I'm not mistaken, by like 1 vote. So this one should be interesting. Let me know what you got. That's pretty much it for this one, so hopefully you guys enjoyed as usual. Hopefully catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.